All that I see, absolute horror. I cannot live, I cannot die. Trapped in myself, fighting my holding mustard on the beat. Debo any nigga. Man down, call an ambulance. Breathe, bro. Nail him to the cross. Walking like Tizo. What's up with these niggas? Trying to see Compton. Ow! The industry can hate me. Fuck them and they mama. How many ops you really got? Too many options.
That's right, folks. How many ops you really got? Yeah, it's your favorite friendly neighborhood Dr. Ben's Comics. Here again, what are we doing? We're doing Ripperologist, issue number 175. It's just been released. Yeah, we're still. Voice isn't too bad. It sounds like the audio is working. Kind of like a random time for my streams. Usually, was this Friday? Usually it's Friday out and about, but it's a big week. Like I said, you bring it up here. Share the screen and let me pull up this one. There, yeah. There we go. Oh, and also let me say too, we're on the Facebook tonight, so I know a lot of the different Ripperologist people on there are on Facebook, so I figured I'd put it over there so it's easier for them to see it. Though I'm not a big fan of the Facebook video because it deletes it after like a couple weeks or something, and I'm not really quite sure how to save it if you even can, but we'll see. Anyways, this is like I said, spring 2026 issue Ripperologist just came out. At least I think it was on Tuesday or Wednesday. It's 175th issue. Search for the Insane Medical Students by Roger Palmer. The Mrs. Gamp of Miller's Court by Deborah Arif. Anderson Suspect, the origin and development of the series by Stephen Blomer, Who Was Kosminski by Mark Kennedy. And here, let me go over. Is this the let me share this one instead. My bad. This is the actual PDF. You just go right on the website there, ripperologist.co, whatever it is, .co.uk. You download the brand new issue. So charge, it's all free or whatever. It's like academic style journal of Jack the Ripper, the East End, Victorian studies. And once again, I get to be in here and have some feature illustrations for a few of the different articles. And that's I don't want to go over all of them because what I'm saying, like, I'm not a spoiler kind of person, Like I like to let people enjoy find stuff on their own, but I really liked my cat here. He's getting out of control. Scooter. The Mrs. Gamp of Miller's Court is the article I really found that really like stuck out to me. Let me see, is this? No. Hold on, let me pull it up here. Here we go. I'm learning how to use the PDF viewer here. This is fantastic. Mrs. Gamp is apparently from Charles Dickens, right? And I'm not, what I'm saying, how I am with reading. It's not easy. So that's what I'm saying. I started to read this when I got the preview of the article of the issue to see what to illustrate, and this is the one that really jumped out to me, right? So I'll read you a little bit of it, and then we'll see how it goes. Mrs. Gamp had, in the meanwhile, sunk into her chair, from whence, turning up her overflowing eyes and clasping her hands, she delivered the following lamentation: "Oh, Mr. Sweetlepipes, which Mr. Westlock also, if my eyes do not deceive, and a friend not having the pleasure of being benown, what I have took from Betsy Prigg this blessed night, no mortal creature knows. If she had abused me, being in liquor, which I thought I smelt her when she come, but I could not so believe, not being used myself." Mrs. Gamp, by the way, was pretty far gone, and the fragrance of the teapot was strong in the room. "I could have bore it with a thankful art, but the words she spoke of Mrs. Harris, lambs could not forgive. No, Betsy," said Mrs. Gamp in a violent burst of feeling, "nor worms forget." I don't even know what does that even mean, nor worms forget? That's probably some kind of like something to do with like the worms of like eating the dead or something, I would imagine. By all means, like if you know what it is, leave it in the comments or in the chat if you're here. So most people, this is from Martin Chuzzlewit from Charles Dickens, 1844. Jeez, stop. Why does my cat do this? Once I start streaming, then he comes up and decides now is the time to start like biting my hand. Dude, just chill out. Okay. Most people who have an interest in the Whitechapel murders will have heard of the laundress named Maria Harvey. Maria, by her own admission, was a great friend of Mary Jane Kelly, the woman brutally murdered in her own home at room 13, Miller's Court, Dorset Street, Spitalfields, on the 9th of November, 1888. According to her statement to police, Maria was one of the last people to spend time with Mary Jane before her death, and because of this, was a witness at Mary Jane Kelly's inquest. Maria gave her address as 3 New Court, another court off Dorset Street that she had recently moved into. Maria told the inquest that she had stayed in Mary Jane's room on Monday the 5th and Tuesday the 6th of November. She also claimed that she had spent all day in Mary Jane's company on Thursday the 8th, leaving for the evening when Mary Jane's ex-partner, Joseph Barnett, called in at room 13 between 7:30 and 7:45 to see Mary Jane. There are some conflicting reports that it was Mary Jane who visited Maria's new home in New Court that Thursday. There is also some other confusion around the events of that Thursday, caused by the fact that Joseph Barnett said that it was a woman named Lizzie Albrook who was in Mary Jane's room when he arrived there. We know little else about Maria Harvey apart from her reported antics at the inquest that prompted one reporter to dub her the Mrs. Gamp of the day. Mrs. Sarah Gamp, fictional character in Charles Dickens' novel Martin Chuzzlewit, was famous for her comedic miscommunications. Maria caused similar amusement when she told the hearing she had left some clothing to be washed at room 13. She said the items included one man's 2 shirts, petticoats belonging to a child, and a black overcoat. The coroner inquired, "Was that 2 shirts belonging to the same man?" To which Maria replied, "No, sir, one man's 2 shirts." Okay. I get it. Okay. Was that two shirts belonging to the same man? No, it was one man's two shirts. Maria may also have been in Joseph Barnett's bad books. A Mrs. Harvey was named by Barnett as one of two women he described as prostitutes that Mary Jane had compassionately allowed to stay in their room. Barnett and Mary Jane had parted company at the end of October over the issue, apparently after a heated exchange where a window was smashed. This very topic, the broken window, was being discussed on a long and meandering thread on casebook.org back in 2015, when the topic wandered on to the subject of the presence or not of a child aged 6 or 7 said to have been staying with Mary Jane Kelly in her little room. A poster on that thread mentioned that they had recently found a newspaper account dated June of 1888 reporting that a 6-year-old boy named John Harvey of Dorset Street, or of Dorset Court, Dorset Street, had been run over by a cart in Commercial Street and taken to the London hospital, and had wondered if this child connected to Maria Harvey at all. As looking for the witnesses and locals that are less easy to identify in official records as a research hobby of mine, my long-standing interest in Maria Harvey was well and truly piqued again. So the Casebook, of course, is like one of the better online sites. Scooter, what do you want? Look here. Look, you can look in the camera. There you go. That's you. Ugh. Chill out. Casebook is where a lot of people like they figure out like what the facts are, which books to look at. People, discuss reviews, they discuss their opinions on stuff. It's sometime before the revelation about the boy, John Harvey, I had been looking for Maria Harvey in the available records with little success. Frustratingly, a suitable candidate didn't appear on any census, birth, marriage, or death records apart from one woman I kept returning to. I came across this woman of the name Maria. On one occasion, her name was given as Mary Harvey. Let go. Who regularly appeared in the records for St. George in the East Workhouse and Infirmary. This woman was said to be a widow, born in 1855, and interestingly, she gave her occupation as a laundress. So far, so good. The only problem, or so I thought at the time, was that this particular Maria Harvey had 2 children, according to the workhouse records. John, born 1882, and William, born 1884. As there were no known reports that mentioned Maria Harvey, the witness, had any children living with her, this seemed like an obstacle to a positive identification. There were, however, several reports that claimed either Mary Jane had a son of her own living with her or that she was minding a child for a friend. Researcher, let me make sure, okay, he's over here. No. Researcher Wolf Vanderlinden pointed me to a newspaper article stating that the boy staying in room 13 with Mary Jane was actually the son of a woman who was staying with her, just as Maria Harvey had been. Now, suddenly, this woman from the workhouse records was looking much more promising. Was she the witness? Was the mention of Dorset Court, Dorset Street, an error for Miller's Court? Could the John Harvey knocked over in June of 1888 have been the witnesses Maria Harvey's son? And if so, could they both then be the people in the workhouse records? Researchers Gary Barnett and Jose Oranto both went independently and looked at the original records of the London hospital, confirming John Harvey's admission on the date reported in the paper, his age and address, and added that he was treated by Frederick Treves. That's actually, Frederick Treves was the doctor who treated the Elephant Man, I believe. Those records also gave John's address as 2 Dorset Court off Dorset Street, a court that did not exist. It was researcher Robert Clack, along with Jose, who both noted that at the time of the murder in Miller's Court in November of 1888, some early editions of various newspapers reported that the crime had occurred in Dorset Court, Dorset Street. This presented a real possibility that rather than Dorset Court being named in error, it was perhaps an alternative locale name or alternative local name for Miller's Court. Unfortunately, let me zoom out. There we go. Unfortunately, the London hospital record did not give the name of the John's parents or guardian. That would have been too easy. I was aware of another problem with its identification. If it was Maria Harvey, if it was Maria Harvey and her son John from the workhouse records that were involved in Mary Jane's story, where was Maria's other son, William, during this time? My efforts to find out more about Maria and her two sons, John and William, continued. Maria Harvey appeared in the Rain Street Workhouse Register of Admission and Discharges on 4 separate occasions in February, March, April, and July of 1887. She was identified in the records as a destitute washerwoman and gave an address of 18 Station Place. This address was repeated in the Workhouse Creed Register, where Maria's religion was given as Roman Catholic. Station Place was in the parish of St. George in the east, just off Cornwall Street, and may be familiar to readers of the Jack the Ripper forums, jtrforums.com. As both Gary Barnett and Jose Aranto have conducted very interesting research on some shady characters that inhabited that place. I also come across some state settlement records for the Harvey family trio in the same St. George and the East Poor law records. So this is the first illustration of mine in here, was based from this like a little bit of a conjecture or what that would be, like supposition. Was a child staying with Mary Jane Kelly the night of her murder. That's because this is the way I look at the illustrations I'm doing, is I'm trying to echo and do this, make similar illustrations of a style as to the ones that originally came out, right? Like, let me show you what I'm talking about here real quick. Got a couple printouts. So that's the easiest thing here. Let me sneak back over here real quick. Okay, I'm gonna go over to the overhead so you just can see what I'm talking about here. So the original illustrated police news that came out. There we go. They would have just like a couple of headlines, finding the body on the backyard, and it would just enough to make you wonder what's going on for each of the different illustrations they had. And remember, these are illustrations they have. These aren't photographs. These are all, I think engravings. That's one of the things I'm starting to research to find out how exactly these illustrated police news how these pictures were made. Were they drawing them and were they engraving them? Stuff I'm interested in. And I mean, this is when they were trying to bring out the dogs, thinking the dogs would potentially find the Ripper. But so this is, I'm saying, this is what I do with what I'm trying to do, right, with my illustrations. Let me get back there. Okay, sorry about that. Is to try to have a little bit of a almost like a dramatic headline almost, but not, at the same point, you don't want to, it's think of these were newspaper headings. So that's what you want to, the sort of mindset there. It's not, you're not writing for a splatter punk screenplay or opera or something. This is what would have been in the newspapers at the time, the illustrated paper of the time. So that's and then it keeps going. Like I said, I don't want to read the whole article. This is a ton of words. Though I did read all of it before I drew all this stuff. Jonathan Chai's The Press Troll. I like these because they'll just bring up interesting little bits from going through doing all this research and stuff in very you're gonna find like funny little tidbits and stuff that's like unrelated to whatever you're doing. But I like this because you if you're trying to research these crimes and this the mystery, understand all of it, like you need to understand what the setting is. What were people doing back in Victorian times? What were the people in Whitechapel doing? All this. It's all so relevant, and like gives you a much better, completer picture and better understanding of what's at stake with all this. But so, going through Ripperologist magazine, you're gonna find like so much reference material, and it's not, like I say, it's not just like goofball stuff or whatever, you know what I mean? Like they've got, this came out actually 20 years ago, the best of Ripperologist magazine, Ripperology. This is from 2006, and it's edited by Paul Begg. It's from the first issues of Ripperologist that were out then, collected, put together. So I mean, like, it's not Ripperologist, it's a legitimate magazine. It's one of the best for studying, Victorian. I'm just gonna go back up to the top. It's the best, yes. One of the best for studying Victorian studies and the East End, true crime, fantastic stuff. And the other thing I wanted to cover this was because this was the issue that I got to like talk with the editors for a little bit. They had like a kind of like an editors meeting. Talked with Jonathan Menges here, and who was the other person? Susie Huntington, like a couple of other people were there, and just to get like a better feel for like what they wanted. And so that's what the next thing I wanted to do is, rather than just doing as much as I love doing the illustrations, I'd also like to try and like write some stuff, because I have I am like a writer or whatever too. and a reviewer. I review comics. So yeah. So let's go over this just real quick. Pull this off the screen. I just got the master edition of From Hell in color, right? Which, not to say that From Hell is the best comic if you're trying to study Jack the Ripper, or you want to what I'm saying, like, it's by the writer's own admission, it's based on a fantastical theory, but this is like I don't know, it's my favorite work by Alan Moore, definitely. But it's one of the things that just really got me into comics and everything as a kid, and Jack the Ripper as a kid, obviously. So I had to get the color edition to see, compare, get it and compare it to the original black and white edition, because obviously I have all the black and white ones already. And actually, I have numerous other comics that are all about Jack the Ripper. So that's what I want to do for the Ripperologist magazine, is write some reviews that show why it's good. Why is it useful to read like these From Hell, right? If the writer from the beginning says like, hey, this isn't, it's not real, I don't believe that's the killer, etc. What's the point in reading it? Like, what is it? Or here, this is the other one I love. Why are there Star Trek comics where Kirk's crew is possessed by the spirit of Jack the Ripper? What? What the heck? A 2-part story written by the now infamous Tony Isabella at the time. Now he's Jenny Isabella. Anyway, you know what I'm saying? Like, why does the story keep being relevant? This is a Jack the Ripper vampire hunter. You know, this just came out a couple years ago. Why is Jack the Ripper such an enduring character? What is it? You know, like I've got manga versions of Jack the Ripper. Like this one, he's some sort of hero or something. Don't fear the razor. Fans of Hellsing and Berserk. Jack the Ripper in Cracked magazine. What the heck? You know what I'm saying? Like guillotine gags. Oh my god. this one shout out to Sam Keith, who just passed away, with his character the Max. But this has got the Troll Halloween special from, was this 1994 or 95 or something? The Image Extreme Comics of the day. This has got a bizarre like time travel story where they go back and have to fight Jack the Ripper and all kinds of, you know what I mean? Like, why is it so like universal? Batman meeting got Jack the Ripper. You know what I mean? Like that's what I want to cover. Like not you know, so much like reading the story. I mean, I like reading the stories too, but you know, I like the social aspect of Jack the Ripper. Like why is it so, like I said, such an enduring mystery? Why are people so fascinated by it? Like so from so many different walks of life too, you know. And this, I figure I don't want to go for too long, so I want to kind of end up here, open up some mail. I'm excited. I got this mail the other day. I want to find out if they sent Jesus. My gosh, you started messing with the darn camera. Vaguely worried that like I'm going to open it up and they're going to have sent back the comics that I sent them. They're going to be like, no, thank you. We don't want them. It's like, no. Looks like they have sent me the new copy of Pleasure Beach by Josh Pettinger. Open this up real quick here. Flip through it. This is the comic I've been waiting for to send to the normal co-host of the stream, Reverend Self-Destruct. Couple copies so we can send him his copies so we can do an actual joint review. Oh man, it's got how to draw Tedward, other comics. It's you. What kinds of fun stuff. It's just such a fun. All right. Yeah, I don't want to spoil it. And let's open up the big one too. Gotta find out what's in the big one. See, watch as I try and is a copy of Tedward. Wow. Hell yeah. That's what I'm saying. We're gonna cover Tedward. We're gonna read Tedward. Read all these comics. We're gonna review them. Fantastic stuff. With the Jack the Ripper, I'm not going to be doing the Jack the Ripper with the Tedward, you know. The Jack the Ripper stuff is just going to be, you know, like I said, I'll do like a few at a time. I think that's the way I'm going to do reviews now anyways, is to do a few at a time rather than like just one comic. That way you kind of contrast them a little bit. And like I said, with the Jack the Ripper stuff, there's so many different, you know, like there's those ones, of course, there, but this one, Blood of the Innocent, old 4-issue series from Warp Graphics. I think Warp Graphics were the people that did ElfQuest. This is Dracula and Jack the Ripper, Nightmare and Fantasy for mature readers. Special feature by Robert Bloch. It's all by is it Mark Wheatley? Mark Wheatley and Mark Hempel. Look at that. Edited by Richard Peeney. Hold still. There we go. Written by Kelly Shanklin and Mark Wheatley. Penciled by Mark Hempel. Inked and covered by Mark Wheatley. Lettering by Catherine Meyer. Nice. But yeah, it's a Jack the Ripper. Jack the Ripper's dead, lying in his bed. He cut his throat with sunlight soap. Jack the Ripper's dead. If only it were true. New moon, new blood. I really like Mark Hempel and Mark Wheatley's way they draw this stuff too. Like it's almost like pastel. I guess it is kind of like a pastel like color palette they're using for a bunch of it, but at the same time, I mean this is from back in like the 80s. I think this is 86, 87. So I mean that's somebody like sitting there and drawing that boat. You know what I mean? Like but yeah, it's almost got like a kind of cartoony feel, but it's like Dracula and Jack the Ripper, and once you introduce like kind of horror elements, here's like a dog attacking or whatever, going crazy. Even with the cartoonish element, like it comes across like it's got has a real nice look to it, But so that's what I mean. Like I want to go. We'll do some reviews of these Jack the Ripper comics, kind of compare them, contrast them, go over the story a little bit. Because, like I said, this is a 4-issue series. La la. What am I even doing? Jesus Christ! Showing the nudie books. Oh my gosh. Oh my God, that's a good shot. What the heck? These demons or monsters clawing this guy. Cool. 85. Yeah, look at that. 1985 by John Bolton for this alien encounter. So yes, that's what I'm saying. This is some old stuff. And also this would have been from before the Ripper files were opened after 100 years or whatever. Yeah, it's a fun book, So that's what, we'll go over this. Like I said, some of the other ones do a little bit of a deeper dive. But, that's what I got for today. I didn't want to go too long. Just a nice little half-hour review. Talk about, like I said, new issue of Ripperologist. And pull this back here. So yeah, go over go over to the site. Links down in the description, or just search it or whatever, ripperologist.co. You'll get the latest issue. You can go and download the back issues as well, all the way back to back to issue 62. Damn. So that's a ton of just like academic style, research, deep research into Victorian, all these different records, hospital records, crimes, fantastic stuff. So, I mean, of course, unless you're not into like Victorian and, East End Jack the Ripper studies, if you're not into it, then you're probably not going to be, you're gonna be like, this is just all about these Victorian crimes. What does this mean? Like, if you're not interested in that, like, you probably won't suddenly become so. But, if you're not sure, or if you like, I'm saying, you like, maybe you do. You don't know. You like Sherlock Holmes, but is that related? Did Sherlock Holmes solve the case? Was Sherlock Holmes real? what would he, you know what I'm saying? Like, these are all things that like you can look up and like people have talked about. There's books about. It's crazy how much stuff there is out there. So, oh shit. Gray's here, Ben the Ripper. Oh my gosh. Thanks, Gray. Thanks, Gray. Makes me feel better. It's not. No, so anyway, that's what I mean. Like, I didn't want to do like a super long one. I just want to go over a little bit of Ripperologist there. And what? Oh, and this stop back this weekend, this Sunday, we're gonna have Godfo. The Godfo universe is gonna be on Goth Night with us, talking about what it's like being a universe filled with Godfos. No, the Godfo guys are pretty cool. They got good stuff. Bring it up and show some of their stuff. You know, like one of the things I like doing here is like just creating a space where like newer creators can feel kind of get an idea of like how to present themselves. You know, like you don't have to be like super fast, immediate right now. This everything, you know, you can kind of fill things out. You can kind of come in and like try it a couple times, almost like a practice ride. You know, come in, do your pitch. What's your story? It's mythology, okay. It's robots. It's aliens. It's true crime drama. What is it? You know, like letting people come in and just kind of you know, express themselves, be themselves, and not be judged. You know, we try to be a judgment-free zone. Try to not be too judgmental. Try to let everybody, you know, agree to disagree. But so anyway, that's what, you know, come back by for Goth Night. We'll have the Godfo guys on and see what happens. And then oh, and you know, and of course hopefully I'll have a little bit more information for Piglet 3. You know, it's got a Bacillus Lolos cover. I can't reveal the cover yet. You know what I'm saying? You gotta hype it up. I can't just be like, here, this is it. For what, you know, I got to put the logo on it. I got to get some of the insides. I can't, you know, I'm like, it's a process. It's a process, folks. Like, it's making these comic books. It's not as easy as you think it is. You think it would be easy, just pictures, words. Try to be around. I'm also gonna try to be around on Sunday. Watch you watching, Gray. No. All right, now I gotta stop. And if you're on Facebook, you know, leave a like. Let me know if you watched on there. Like I said, usually I don't stream over onto the Facebook because, like I said, it doesn't save the videos. They disappear after a week, and then it's like, you know, I could have been streaming it to a bunch of people over on Twitter. That's the other thing. And it's not a bunch of viewers on Facebook. Like, you know, what can you say? So you gotta go where the people are. So yeah, that's it. So we'll close it out. I got a little preview of I got, you know, one of the intros for Goth Night to give you guys an idea how the show's like, and then you know, tell me what kind of comics you guys want to see next, and tell me what you want to hear. Tell me what kind of kind of foods you want to eat. No, I don't know. Just keep reading comics, Fuzz. You know how it goes.
Yo, why is he looking at me like that? What's up, little bud? You got a staring problem, pal?
Like what, dude? He's just looking at you. He's a baby.
Look at his face. Dumb little face.
Stop.
Yo, Zan, get your boy, dog.
I just say please, it's too much booty. We can't take it anymore. Mr. President, it's too much. And I'll say, no, it isn't. We have to keep booty to the good war. We have to keep booty to the good war. 365, damn, she fine. Hope she can suck it to me one more time. Get low, get low, get low, get low, to the windows, to the wall, to the sweat drop down my balls. All these bitches crawl, ski, motherfucker. Ski, goddamn, ski, motherfucker. Ski, goddamn, goddamn. So chrome, so fresh, so clean. Get you fucked that, put your finger ass in me. My mind.
This bitch you're fine and I came to the club out 11 times. Now can I play with your pen line?
Alright, next up, the rock star, the one and only Thick Comics publisher, Dr. Ben. It's thick, right?
Dr. Ben says not enough.
When your hot cousin gets stuck in the dryer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You think those videos are doing it? You think that's why everyone's trying to bang their cousin?
Someone says, believe all the rumors. Not sure about that. Yeah, I mean, you know, difficult with this stuff.
They're trying to shut us down, Josh.
Oh, you're back. Yeah, I think the
let us get there. Goth True Crime Comics, it says.
Van Piglet issue 2. All you need to see, all you need to see is Van Piglet here, and I'm gonna go ahead and put that in there. So Van Piglet, that is funny.
What's green and smells like pork? It's rhetorical.
It's me, Van Piglet, and this is Dr. Ben's Comics.
Dr. Ben's Comics here says Van Piglet is the best. I agree with you. It's hilarious. And thank you.
Go ahead, Apex. Go ahead. I want you.
You know what would be a great children's book is Dr. Ben's Comics Van Piglet, a true crime story that is a warning about satanic evil and as a message of faith in Christ and the power of prayer in Jesus' name.
Stop making sense, Apex.
Right?
I can also tell you.
Ben Anthony, the definition of underground. I think that MFT said one time. Sure is.
And it hit a meta level when some weirdos like Armor Glitch were like, yeah, this does coincide with a lot of our comics group. Like, what are these people? What are those? What are those? Head wounds. What are those people with head wounds? What are those people with late comic books? Yeah, tons of people with late comic books. They need to be subjected to the Better Business Bureau, and I'm here to say, suffer.
Even get tired of gooning. I just say, please, it's too much gooning. We can't take it anymore. Mr. President, it's too much. And I'll say, no, it isn't. We have to keep gooning. We're gonna goon more. We're gonna goon.
Jealousy, too hot, too greedy. How could you leave me when I needed to possess you? I hated you, I loved you too. Bad dreams in the night. They told me I was going to lose a fight. Leave behind
Yo, dude, you remember me? Where? That Sleep Token concert. I fell down in the pit and you saved me.
I do remember you.
Yo, I'm doing alright. This guy right here is a hero.
Oh my gosh, you like Sleep Token?
I love Sleep Token.
You remember me? That White Monster Energy concert. I fell down in the pit and you picked me up.
I do, dude. How you doing?
I've been doing great thanks to you. Yo, this guy, he's a real winner. Thanks, man.
Oh my gosh, White Monster.
Van Piglet is the scariest horror queen in fucking time. No!
It's me, Kathy. Come home. I'm so cold. Let me in your window. Oh, let me have it. Let me grab your soul away. Oh, let me have it. Let me grab your soul away. You know it's me. You know it's me, Kathy. Come home. I'm so cold. Let me in your window. Heathcliff, it's me, Kathy. Come home. I'm so cold. Let me in
I just say, please, please, it's too much booty. Can't take it anymore. Mr. President,
It's me,
too much,
Kathy.
and I'll